Am I right to say you had a full-time job at the council, or as
I
some?
was, yeah, I've come up. I mean, I've been working in London for years, and I've come up to work for the local council in housing, economic development, and then I actually, I mean, it's just a strange thing, but I actually got a couple of rapid promotions, and I got into quite a good kind of niche in the council, and I was sent to Heriot-Watt University to do an MBA, and I thought, this is, outwardly, this is quite a successful kind of career I'm developing, but it was taking me further and further away from a kind of creative, artistic kind of career that I, not career, but expression that I wanted, so it was like the last chance saloon for me. I'd kind of messed around in so many different bands and nothing had really happened, and thought this is the last chance for some kind of creative enterprise and just to get this book finished and get it out there.
Wow.
There was an element of desperation because I kind of knew that I was unsuitable for the workplace and a proper job. I was kind of, and I thought, I can't do this. I mean, I didn't mind any kind of job. I didn't mind it for a year, and then you think to yourself, nobody can want to go in here to this place every single day and do this. You just can't. I mean, I just don't understand how you possibly can want to do that. So it was like my last pitch. Trainspotting was my last pitch at retirement. Unfortunately, I was able to retire at 31.
So how old were you when Facebook was published? When Trainspotting was published?
I think it was about probably about 31, 32. It was I started about,
it was a way. So it's quite an odd story. It was a way of escaping from the sort of
slavery, the horrors of kind of the 9 to 5, really.
And
the 9 to 5 was a way of escaping from drug addiction, and then the bigger horror was the 9 to 5. So I thought, how did I get 9 to 5?
But that's the theme in Trainspotting, isn't it? Because I'm thinking about the themes of it, why it was so obviously massive. It's actually a philosophical book. It's very funny. It plays with language. I've just been trying to think about all the different things about it. Like, why would it be? What was it that hit people? For me, I think early 90s, it was exactly that. It was like, that's why we started The Idler. I don't want to, it's like punk career opportunities. I don't want to open a letter bomb. All this school and university leading up to a job that I don't really want to do. And as you say, I want to do something creative. That seems to be the sort of what's really.
I think there's two different things at work. I think the first thing, the reason why I was initially successful was because everybody was taking drugs of all different kinds, and nobody was acknowledging that was the life that people were living. They were still thinking people were going up and having beers and stuff like that. They weren't thinking about people going raving or people taking all kinds of sort of drugs and all kind of drug experiences. So that was the shock of recognition of something that's right under your nose was a big thing initially. I think the reason it's sustained in popularity with different kind of generations almost since then is because it's a book about the collapse of paid work, which the old industrial working classes were the first wave of people to have to learn to cope and readjust to that existential crisis of having nothing to do, having no paid work, basically. And then it became, now it's a familiar theme amongst all kinds of professions and kind of all kinds of media people. It's like, how do we monetize what we do? What do we do without paid work? What kind of use are we? We're so kind of indoctrinated by industrial society into believing that we're kind of useless without paid work. We don't have any value whatsoever, and it's and it's difficult for people to survive without paid work. So we're in this we're at this point in terms of our technology, in terms of the society we've created, of having to try and to address these issues.